In the ever-changing tides of life, amidst the storms that rise suddenly and the shadows that stretch across our paths, there comes a voice not of the world, but above it, a voice that gently whispers through the quietness of our soul, "I am with you." This is not just a comforting sentiment or a poetic expression found in ancient scripture. It is the living, breathing truth that the Almighty continues to speak directly to your heart, even now, in this very moment of your life, no matter how broken, confused, or weary you may feel. You see, God's message today is not reserved for those who are perfect, powerful, or pious in the eyes of the world. It is not a reward for those who live without mistakes or those who never fall. His message is for you, the one reading these words with a heart full of unspoken prayers, carrying burdens you cannot share, and silently wondering if you've been forgotten in the noise of life. But God has not forgotten you. He has never looked away from you, not even for a second. His presence is closer than the breath in your lungs and the beat of your heart. Even when you felt most alone, He was standing beside you, holding you through the pain, guiding you through the confusion, and sustaining you when your strength was gone. The truth is that God's presence is not dependent on how loudly you cry out to Him or how perfectly you perform. He doesn't come to you only when you're kneeling in prayer or singing in worship. He walks with you through your chaos, your mess, your doubts, and even your rebellion. He knows the tears that fall silently in the dark, the thoughts that shake you when no one else is watching, and the fears that grip your heart so tightly you can hardly breathe. And even then, even there, He is saying, "I'm with you." Not just as a God above, but as a Father who reaches down with compassion, a shepherd who walks with you through the valley, and a friend who never abandons. This message from God is not just encouragement, it is a promise. He doesn't speak lightly or offer empty words to make us feel better for a moment. His word is eternal, unchanging, and full of power. When He says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you," He is declaring that no circumstance, no mistake, no battle you face will ever cause Him to walk away from you. He is not like people who change based on convenience or conditions. God is faithful beyond comprehension, loyal to the core, and bound to you not because of your perfection, but because of His unshakable love. So when life becomes overwhelming and the weight you carry feels impossible to bear, remember that you were never meant to carry it alone. God is inviting you, not commanding, not demanding, but gently inviting you to lean into Him, to surrender the fight, to stop pretending you have it all together and simply rest in the truth that He is enough. Your peace is not found in controlling the chaos, but in trusting the one who holds the chaos in His hands. Your healing is not in striving to fix everything, but in coming honestly to the one who can mend every wound, restore every broken piece, and bring life where everything once felt dead. Today, right now, God's message is not just for humanity in general, it is for you specifically. It is for the anxious soul who wakes up with worry and lays down with fear. It is for the parent trying to hold the family together while silently falling apart. It is for the young person feeling lost in a world full of false promises. It is for the elder who wonders if their purpose has passed. It is for the broken-hearted, the tired, the grieving, and the questioning. To each of you, God is saying, "I see you, I know you, I love you, and I am with you." Don't be deceived into believing that God has gone silent simply because you don't hear Him the way you expected. His silence does not mean absence. His quietness does not mean distance. Sometimes His most profound work is done in the stillness, in the long waiting, in the hidden growth, in the inner healing that doesn't make headlines but transforms your life from the inside out. He has not abandoned His plans for you. He has not given up on the promises He spoke over you. He has not changed His mind about the destiny He designed for you long before you were born. If you're searching for a sign, for confirmation, for a reason to keep going, this is it. This is God's voice reaching through the screen, through your weariness, through your pain, to tell you, don't quit now. Don't give up. I'm working even when you can't see it. I'm moving even when everything feels still. I'm fighting battles for you that you don't even know exist. I'm preparing blessings you never dared to pray for. And I'm shaping you for a purpose so much bigger than your present situation. And even though the storms still rage and the questions still linger, even though the answers haven't come and the road ahead is uncertain, you can walk forward with confidence, not because you know what tomorrow holds, but because you know who holds tomorrow. You're not weak for needing God. You are strong because you've chosen to trust Him. You are not lost because you don't have all the answers. You are found because He has all the answers and walks beside you every step of the way. There is a supernatural peace God is offering you today. Not the kind of peace the world gives, temporary, shallow, and dependent on circumstances, but a peace that surpasses understanding. A peace that roots itself deep in your soul and says, even if everything falls apart, I will still stand because God is holding me. That kind of peace cannot be bought, faked, or forced. It comes only from knowing that your life is in the hands of a God who is good, faithful, sovereign, and madly in love with you. So let today be the turning point. Let it be the moment you stop searching for your worth in the approval of others and find it fully in the truth that God chose you, redeemed you, and calls you His own. Let it be the day you lay your burdens down, not just once, but daily, and walk in the freedom He bought for you with His own blood. Let it be the day you choose faith over fear, trust over doubt, and surrender over control. Let it be the day you stop running and start resting in the arms of the one who has always been with you. And when tomorrow comes and brings new challenges, don't forget today's message. Don't forget who walks beside you when the path gets steep. Don't forget who whispers strength into your heart when your knees buckle. Don't forget who calls you worthy when others say you're not enough. Don't forget that no matter where life takes you, no matter how far you wander, no matter how dark the night becomes, God's message remains the same. I'm with you. I always have been. I always will be. Let that truth settle deep within you. Let it be the anchor that holds you steady. Let it be the fire that reignites your purpose. Let it be the promise you hold on to when everything else slips through your fingers. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are loved by God, covered by grace, protected by promise, and strengthened by the presence of the Almighty Himself. This is God's message to you today. This is His message now. Hold it close. Believe it with everything in you. Walk in it with courage, and never forget, He is with you, always.
So as you sit in quiet contemplation, or move through the hustle of daily life, as the moments unfold one after another like fragile petals of a blooming flower, you must remember that the voice of God is not just a whisper in your past, not merely an echo from some distant mountaintop long forgotten by time, but a living presence, a steady breath that surrounds you in every corner of your existence, even when your awareness has grown dull from the distractions of the world or the noise of your own internal doubts and insecurities. You are not required to have perfect understanding, flawless behavior, or an unbroken record of spiritual achievement to hear Him clearly. In fact, God often chooses to speak loudest and most tenderly in the very moments you feel least deserving, when your knees tremble beneath the weight of regret, or your heart aches with the sharpness of sorrow. For He is not a God who waits for you to reach Him. He is the God who descends into your pain, enters the chaos of your life, and speaks calm into your storm with a power so majestic and yet so intimate, it shakes the very foundations of your being without crushing your soul under the weight of its glory. This is the God who does not measure you by the standards of your culture, your success, your failures, or your social recognition. Instead, He looks directly into the depths of your spirit, past the layers you show the world, and sees the core of who you truly are, the divine design that He Himself formed in your mother's womb, the precious child He destined for greatness, not necessarily in worldly accolades, but in the silent power of love, kindness, resilience, and unwavering faith, which will outlast the fleeting achievements of men and shine brightly in eternity, where your name is already written in gold upon His heart. Even now, while the enemy of your peace would love to see you collapse under pressure, to question your value, your future, and your place in this world, God is lifting you up with invisible hands, strengthening your frame from the inside out, fortifying your mind with truth, your heart with love, and your soul with purpose, so that no weapon formed against you, no betrayal, no loss, no fear, no discouragement will prosper, because your life is not sustained by luck or chance, but by the deliberate, intentional, unrelenting grace of a God who says, "I will carry you, I will guide you, and I will complete the good work I began in you." If your past has been heavy, marked by trauma, by mistakes you wish you could erase, by roads you regret taking, and moments you replay with pain, know this: God is not intimidated by your past, nor limited by your failures. Instead, He is the master architect who can take even the most shattered ruins and build a cathedral of beauty, a place of light and transformation, a testimony so powerful that others who see you standing in strength will not praise you, but glorify the one who lifted you, molded you, and walked with you through every fire and flood until you emerged not as a victim, but as a vessel of His power and compassion. When you are quiet enough to listen, when you slow down the whirlwind of life long enough to really pay attention to the beat of your heart and the rhythm of your breath, you may begin to sense His presence more clearly, not in flashes of lightning or grand spectacles, but in the small stillness, the peaceful knowing, the soft stirring in your chest that whispers with authority, "You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not unloved. I, your Creator, your Defender, your Redeemer, have been with you all along, and I am preparing a path forward that will make sense of every step behind you, a path filled with healing, restoration, and new beginnings." So don't be afraid to dream again, to hope again, to believe again in the goodness of God, even if you've been disappointed before, even if the journey has been long and lonely, because your endurance was never meant to be in vain. Every prayer you whispered in the silence, every tear you wept in the dark, every moment you chose faith over fear and trust over understanding was recorded in heaven, and God, who is just and faithful, will return those sacrifices and blessings that far exceed what you thought possible, not just in material things, but in joy, in peace, in divine strength and wisdom that no circumstance can take from you. Let this be the season where you walk not in anxiety, not in guilt, not in fear of what's ahead, but in boldness and confidence that God's promises are not empty phrases written on pages. They are living realities backed by the power of heaven, and they are yours not because you earned them, but because He loves you beyond measure, beyond reason, beyond anything this world could ever replicate or replace. And in the days ahead, when darkness tries to creep in again, and you're tempted to doubt everything you've believed, return to this truth like a lighthouse in the storm. God is with you, in your laughter and your tears, in your victories and your setbacks, in your prayers and in your silence. In the beginning and the end, He is constant, unwavering, and deeply, relentlessly invested in your life. This is God's message for today. This is God's message now. Not just for your mind to understand, but for your soul to absorb like rain after a long drought, so that you may rise again, not just surviving, but thriving, shining with a light that reflects the one who walks beside you always.
And if at times you feel overwhelmed by the pressures of life, by the endless responsibilities, the unexpected burdens, the demands of people around you, or the crushing silence that follows unanswered prayers, know this one truth that surpasses all others. You were never meant to carry it all alone. For the same God who created the stars and commands the winds has offered you his shoulder, his strength, and his presence, not just as a distant deity watching from above, but as a loving Father walking with you through every valley, whispering, "My child, I am here, and I will not let you fall." The world may demand you to be strong, to have it all figured out, to pretend that you're fine when inside you're unraveling, but God does not ask you for performance, He asks you for honesty. He is not moved by the masks you wear for others, but by the truth of your heart laid bare before Him. And in that honesty, in that brokenness, in that surrender, He does His greatest work, not fixing you to make you perfect by the world's standards, but redeeming every shattered piece so that your very scars become symbols of survival, healing, and divine transformation. When others have walked away, when friends have failed you, when family has misunderstood you, when your own thoughts turn against you, remember that God has never left, not for a second, not for a moment. He has been your silent witness, your constant companion, the one holding your fragile spirit together when everything else fell apart. And He remains today with eyes full of compassion, arms ready to lift, and a heart burning with uncontainable love for you, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are, His creation, His beloved, His child. And let it be known deep within you that His timing is perfect, not always early, not always predictable, but always intentional, because He sees what you cannot see, knows what lies ahead, and prepares you not just for survival, but for victory. The delay you feel today may be the protection you don't yet understand. The door that didn't open may be the one that would have led you away from your purpose. And the struggle that won't seem to end may be the fire that purifies you, reshapes you, and equips you to walk into the future He's preparing for you with strength you didn't know you had. So do not let temporary pain deceive you into believing permanent lies. For the truth is that God is not finished with you yet. He is still writing your story, still shaping your journey, still breathing life into dreams you thought were dead, still moving behind the scenes in ways that defy logic and expectation. And though you cannot always see His hand, you can trust His heart, for it beats for you with unwavering loyalty, mercy, and grace that is new every morning, no matter how far you feel you've wandered. Yes, even now, especially now, He speaks, and His message is as simple as it is profound. I'm with you. Not just when you feel close, not just when you're praying, not just when you're winning, but when you're struggling, when you're doubting, when you're weeping silently in the middle of the night, when you're questioning your worth or wondering if your prayers still matter. He is with you, and He is not silent, but speaking gently, clearly, persistently, saying, "You are mine. I will not let you go." And this is where your peace can be found, not in a perfect life or an easy path, but in the unshakable truth that you are never alone, that the one who holds the stars also holds your heart, and that the God of heaven bends low to be near you, to comfort you, to lead you, to remind you that you are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, and no matter what your eyes see or your ears hear, His promises remain stronger than any storm and more faithful than any sunrise. So breathe deep now, child of God. Let your spirit exhale. Let your soul lean into this truth that changes everything. God is with you, now, today, always.